gonna see how this dog responds to that. So now call him.
Deuce, come.
The path of least resistance. Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
So I give him half a treat. So
Yeah, you give him a half a treat.
Half of one.
All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna stand in. So when you go to inside Home Depot, this is where your formal heel is going to come. So the dog should be walking right at your side because we don't want him pulling this way. We don't want him pulling that way. And we don't want him walking up uninvited to people in here. So Jemarcus has some treats in his hand, and he's showing him exactly where he needs to be. So he's in that formal heel. Yeah, I'll go straight and then to the right. And then there's a forklift over there, so it should be another good distraction. And Jemarcus is giving a few cues for the heel. Yep. Good. Nice. Oh, and the heel, you got to heel the whole time in here, boy.
Heel. You gotta be healing the whole way, bro.
I mean, pretty much. You ain't getting no real free time in here. Because this is a controlled situation. We don't want him going off and exploring and peeing on stuff in here. Because, hey, this is formal. We're here to get stuff done.
And do I reward at any point?
Yeah, you can reward him for sure. And then you can break him, release, and then get him back into that position. But we're not having him loose leash pulling in here. He needs to be in that loose leash heel. Where you'll notice Jemarcus is holding the leash in a position. Stop for a second. Get him in the heel.
Heel.
So you notice the leash is there, but it's not holding him in position. You want to make sure you keep that slack in there. So when he starts walking,
Heel.
he still got that J shape that we're looking for. He could even relax his right arm a little bit. There we go.
Heel.
Now stop. Boom. Beautiful. So now we're going to take him through a couple more reps in Home Depot. So you guys stay tuned.
Okay.
So this is one of the reasons I like Home Depot. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do with your dog. So Jemarcus.
Another reason why I like also having a cameraman, because this is stuff that is very difficult to do by yourself. I mean, I could do it by myself, but I wouldn't have the camera set up.
The quality.
The quality of the video. So this is fun. Also love how people like Stan here can help continue to expand my horizon in terms of things that we can do with our dog in these types of environments. Honestly, I didn't even see this thing, but this is perfect opportunity to try whatever he's about to have me do.
So we're gonna add a combination of the stay, patient, and then his recall. So put him in a sit, stay.
Sit.
And then you're gonna leave him there. And there's a guy working over there moving stuff. So this is distractions, people. The leash is gonna probably make some noise. So we're gonna see how this dog responds to that. So now call him.
Deuce, come.
The path of least resistance. Hey, that's fair. That's fair.
So I give him half a treat. So
Yeah, you give him a half a treat.
Half of one.
All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to stand in here. So he has to come in here to get you. A dog's never going to use more energy than they have to get the desired result. It is way easier to jump over this one than it is to go boom, boom, boom.
So I'm going to stand in this one or the second one?
I'd stand here in the second one,
Like right
on this side.
On the edge, so he has to land right here?
And see if you can get him in there.
Sit. Stay. Come.
Boom. Oh.
Almost.
There we go.
Oh.
And that's what we're looking for, people. If your dog's not doing what you want them to do the very first time, sometimes you didn't give clear instructions. All we did was tell him to come, and he came. So now we're like, hey, this is where I want you to come. You have to be clear whenever you're working with your dog. So get his attention. There you go.
Thing?
Yep, now try it on the back side.
Sit.
And people, if you don't know what your dog is going to do in places like this,
Stay.
do not drop the leash. Make a noise. Call him.
Deuce, come. Oh,
And
Super
just
Bowl
like
Sunday,
that,
baby, let's go.
and just like that, big reward.
Yeah, good boy.
when you're working with your dog,
Note too, right?
yeah, you would end on that. We're not gonna ask him to do this again.
Yeah, that was huge.
So he was successful. We slowed it down. We broke it down exactly what we wanted him to do. And this is the results that you get, people. You guys are seeing it right before your eyes.
Live in real time, baby. Stay tuned.
So when you're working with dogs, remember the breed that you have. The Corso is not a dog that was bred for endurance. So you see his tongue is hanging out and he's panting like he just ran a quarter mile in the Olympics. And he laid down on his own. So this would be a time that we'd probably do 1 or 2 more things with him. And then we're going to get out of here, because at this age, or at this level of his tiredness, he's more than likely going to try to cheat and be sloppy, and we don't want to teach that. You don't ever want a sloppy rep.
Kind of getting bored too? Is that an indicator or no?
I wouldn't say boredom. It would be more bored if he was more curious on other stuff.
And not paying attention?
Mm-hmm. I think he's just more just drained than anything.
It means he won't sleep good tonight though too. That's another thing about these things. These things are still considered mental stimulation.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, it's mental exercise. And you know how you go and you try to read or you do a bunch of work on your computer or whatever. After a while, you're like, bro, I'm mentally just drained. I need to lay down for a second, catch my breath. It's the same thing, even though you've been sitting the whole entire time. It's the same thing. We ain't been walking far or nothing like that. No exercise today. This is it. But you can already tell this is starting to wear on him. So, all right, my man, what's next? What are we going to put him through?
Hey, we're going to do some more healing, and we're getting out of here.
All right, more healing. So heal our way out of here.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, my man.
So now Jemarcus is going to get him in a heel, and even though he's a little tired, he still needs to be performing. Because just because you're tired don't mean you don't got to listen. These things are going to be keeping your dog safe, people. Good.
Heel. Slow down, my man. He's got a little heavens over there.
Beautiful. That's good work, though.
Oh, I'll give you a little bonus. I'll give you a little bonus, man. That was a long walk.
Give him a little break. Now we got one more left to make, and we out of here. Again, people, give your dog realistic expectation, realistic goals. If you've never healed with your dog for 10 steps at home, don't expect them to heal out here and perfect. Do the work at home, then come out and test it, see where your dog is, and then you got to go back and put in more work.
No.
So now we got to work on him when he's tired, not doing this jumping stuff, not going back to those default behaviors.
He's just trying to get what he wants at this point.
Yep. And he's trying to be a bully with it too.
Absolutely. So all that being said, people places things 3 times a week. Practice a little bit at home, like Stan said. Come in here and then test the waters, and then you can once again see the identifiers on things that you need to continue to work on, and that just slow little steps, inch by inch, right?
Brick by brick.
Yeah, brick by brick. So stay tuned, people. Heel. Slow down.
He said, "I know where the exit is now."
Let's go.
So even though he wants to get out there, we want to make sure the dog is doing what we're asking. Because again, if this was a street and he's pulling us, he can get hit. He can pull you out and get hit. So it may seem like we're being a little nitpicky on his positioning, but this is all stuff that's going to eventually keep him and his handler safe.
So anything that you want to, give me notes-wise on how Deuce did, like I guess a light evaluation on, or assessment on his experience here at Home Depot.
Yeah, so when he got tired, his leash work could be a little bit better. Like you said, he was foraging a little bit more. And a prong collar could help with that because the popping on the leash on his flat collar wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So for that, I would probably go to maybe a light prong to help.
Now, he didn't technically need the prong the entire time. It was only there at the end, right?
Yes. So it's better to need it or have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Gotcha.
Because now what we taught him was, hey, once I'm tired, now I can pull.
Gotcha.
Because he didn't have that negative correction, and you have to basically recreate that same thing again, so you wouldn't be correcting him before it's needed.
Gotcha. So what you're saying is, when you're at home practice with the flat collar, right? But then when you go into new environments and you're just now starting out and building that trust, building their confidence, and really starting to socialize them, have a prong collar on them just in case.
It depends on the dog.
Okay, see, that's what I want to clarify.
So like Luke, for instance, I've never put a prong collar on him besides like twice.
Yeah.
And it was to practice and polish up his formal healing around the decoy. And he just forges too much. But I'm literally being judged on where my dog's positioning is, so I had to get it sharp for that. But when I come to places like this, I'm never putting a prong collar on him, because all I have to do really with Boot is be like, no, and he's like, okay, I'm messing up, and then we can fix that. So one, you got to know your dog. If your dog needs a prong collar, use a prong collar. If your dog performs better on a slip lead, use a slip lead. Use what is most beneficial for the dog that you have.
So you won't say the prong is breed specific. The prong collar is breed specific. It's more so just understanding how your dog reacts in certain situations.
Yeah, it's dog specific.
Dog specific. So there you go, people. Well, anything else that you saw in terms of Deuce being in this environment?
I mean, just a little bit more communication and exactly what you expect. So that healing, when you're starting to fade that lure, now he's really going to have that understanding versus waiting for your hand to be there.
Gotcha. And that's something I need to continue to practice with him at home and stuff like that. Now,
facts.
I mean, because he's getting to a point, he understands how to heal. So now it's the time to start taking it to the next level. So just like he always talks about the 3Ds, distance, duration, distractions. So in this case, I'm gonna start fading the lure so I can start getting him more focused and tuned with what's going on, and eventually, just like how you've seen him do with Rocco, he'll just say it and the dude comes, regardless if he sees a toy or whatever or anything like that. And it's all because Stan took that time to build the relationship. I mean, you watched him go on Top Dog with his dog, but mind you, these things do take a lot of time, effort, and energy. I mean, Rocco was not, all this didn't happen in a month. This happened over the course of years.
It was 3 years before we went on America's Top Dog.
3 years. Just to be clear, 3 years before he got on America's Top Dog with Rocco. So slow down, especially if you have a puppy in that first year. Let your dog grow up. That's what I did with Junior this time. Nala, I was too hard on her. You guys can go back to the old footage. Stan used to tell me, yo, let her grow up, man. Just let her be a pup. Let her be a dog. Let her have fun. So that's why Nala, you can tell, is very hesitant at times because she's looking for direction from me. But Junior, with him, what did I do? I took a step back. I was like, let me just let him grow up, have fun. We'll work on some positioning and things like that and just get the basics down. I want to make sure the recall's there. And to be honest, it's still not super tight, but I spent enough time with him in that first year to at least build our bond and relationship. So when I do need him to zone in, he'll tune in now. And so now I can start walking through that next stage and really starting to tighten up his commands, people, places, things in these environments, getting him to focus, all that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, he still is a bully. He still carries some of that Maya in him. So it's still going to take some time, energy, and effort. But remember, 3 years before Rocco got on Top Dog, y'all. So if y'all want your dog to be like Rocco, just know it's going to take you bare minimum 3 years if you're working every day diligently like him. And I know y'all don't got that type of time, so give your dog a break.
Yep.
So stay tuned, people. Take care of your dogs. Iron sharpens iron, and always just do your best.